close to the speed of light is a kind of elixir of life. Because time slows down close to the speed of light, special relativity provides us with a means of going to the stars.
Freedom, I never had the chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe, and I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground so we can fly again, so we can fly again. I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport. Here once again on your Tuesday night for your fix of British touring car action. I'm Mathew Duffin, joined in the commentary box by my partner in crime, Jamie Brasier. Jamie, how are we this evening? And most importantly, are we looking forward to it?
I'm very well, thank you, Matthew. And yes, I'm very much looking forward to tonight after what we saw last week. Hopefully we can have a lot of the same. So this is your home circuit, Donington Park, and it always brings great racing. So hopefully we have some great racing tonight. Indeed we will. Like Jamie's just said, my home circuit to Donington Park. We was there 2 weeks ago. Majority of the Simplay Motorsport lads was there for some fantastic racing action and some a great weekend all in all. And we're back here ready for some even better touring car action. Hopefully we'll get a bit of a jumbled up grid. Quali record, a 1 minute 8.4 set by Jake Hill this season, and a race record set by the same man of a 109.2 as we lose Lucas Roth. We hope to get him, him and DJ Phil back in. But the 1.98 mile circuit, 8 corners, majority of them to the right hand side. The only left hander is a bit down the Craner curves, and the second part of the Fogger TS as we see Nick the Villa go through it now. And we've got the most famous straight in the on the calendar, Jamie, on all the calendars here at Simplay Motorsport. But we've got the Simplay straight back. Yep, we've got the Simplay straight back. I think it used to be the Dunlop straight. It did, yep. But now we've rebranded it to the Simplay straight. The Dunlop straight, famous for having the Dunlop bridge curving over the back straight. And then obviously we lost the Dunlop bridge when the Formula 1 was coming to the Donington Park, which never happened, unfortunately, which is why the game, you'll see a lot of dirt on the infield where we all sit, which is just as Nick the Villa's there. Look, that is now a campsite and good viewing area where we sit normally. And it's the back straight now is the Simplay straight. But 16 drivers all vying for very difficult positions here. First of all, can we have a check that Cobb, Unorthodox, Fury and Jay are running the 100 litres of fuel? Cobb most certainly is. John Boy, no, John Boy's not one of them. Jay. Yep, WRSC. Yeah, there we go. Jay is on it. Dan as well. And Fury. Fury is at the top. Fury is as well. All good there then for these boys running the fuel that they need to run. 100 litres, of course, because they are the top 4 in the current championship standings. And it's this man, Fury, who leads the way on 39 points after the first ever win in the touring cars here at Simplay Motorsport, backed up by a 4th place in race 2. We then have Cobb, who's 2nd place in the championship. Only 8 points behind, but he's still got to work out some of what went wrong in race 1 last week. I think he was under-fueling himself was the problem last week. He won the 2nd race, and that's why he's 2nd in the standings. You look at Unorthodox then, he's P3, some 10 points behind Fury. He's the 3rd driver to run 100 litres of fuel, and it'll be interesting to see what he can do. Jay, the last man to run 100 litres of fuel, is 2 points behind Dan. Smoky Devil, a point off the back of Jay, with John Boy in P6, only 3 points off the back of Smoky Devil. Gary, the lead BMW, is on 18 points with Bryn, brand new race winner, Bryn 85, from his brilliant GT3 win last week at Sakito, sits P8. And Plava, the runner-up of Pro-Am last season, had a bit of a poor show in week 1 in the Pro. He's in P9. Welchie, this man on screen, a change of livery for Welchie this week due to the clash with Smoky Devil. He sits in P10 ahead of his son Lucas Roth, who's tied P11 with DJ Phil. DJ Phil struggling to get in the session, it seems, at the moment. Craig E down in 13th place with Monkey Boy 14th, Nick the Villa 15th, and Mazda yet to get off the mark in 16th place. And for Mazda, Jamie, running that BMW, what has he got to do tonight? These lads have a week under their belts. What does Mazda have to do tonight? I think Mazda's just really got to learn the car. So he hasn't really, I don't think he's really driven the BMW before, so he'd learn the car and get some points under his belt, because at the minute he's on absolutely nothing. So even if he got a handful of points, it's still better than where he'd start the night. Indeed it is, as he just qualifies P8. This man Smoky Devil coming to the line now. Any improvement for him as he gets to the line? Currently down in P9. A couple of hundredths will put him up. gets 7/10 of them and goes up to P7 ahead of Jay. And already we're seeing a bit of a mixed up grid here. Yes, Dan's on provisional pole, but Cobb's down in 5th, Jay's 8th, and Fury's only down in 10th. So this 100-litre ballast is really making it a bit of a struggle for drivers, although Dan 3/10 up on his lap. Let's go on board a lap with Dan. We'll end this lap, and then do you mind, Jamie, if I take us through a run-in of the next one? As we say evening to Bethany and Duffin, Dean Wisocki, PM Motorsport, and Cody in the chat, and Samir Hadzic as well, as Dan then comes down the start straight. Little bit of lag there from Dan on Dan's end. Comes towards the line. He's on pole by 1,000th of a second, as John Boy now goes quickest overall. Down then into the first corner, into Redgate we go. At the apex, 3rd gear, try and run it start to the curb on the outside. You've just got his little right hand kink. Dan's going to back out of that one, but we'll continue the lap. That's Hollywood, the little right hand kink now. Your flat scat downhill, crane of curves time. Little left, bit of a right hand kink coming up. That's the old hairpin, down a couple of gears, over the curb, run it out wide, nicely done. This one, flat left-hander, you don't really see it, not really got a name neither. Up the hill then, past where Billy Munger had his tragic crash all them years ago, into the McLean's corner. Matt Neal's favourite overtaking manoeuvre. Dan's little bit of lag here, just causing a bit of problems, so he's missing the apex, but I'm not sure if that's us or the lag on Dan's end. Through Coppish you go. This brings you on to the Simplay straight, and you are flat scat down the Simplay straight. The fans waving the flags on either side. Nick the Villa now goes quickest overall. Down into the Fogarty S's. Pick your braking marker. Down a couple of gears. Left, right, then left. Don't be too greedy on the curbs, otherwise you'll find yourself on the grass. Dan does it just about right. He's got to go though on the next lap. We're down to 3 minutes 31 left to qualifying, Jamie. And that was a lap of Donington Park. As Dean says he wished he'd signed up. Well, it would have been good to see you out there. What a shame. But we'll obviously see you out there tomorrow night at Road America. But Jamie, lap of Donington Park, here comes Mazda. What can he do?
Yeah, so at the minute he's not really on the pace. There's a top 8 at the minute. We're over in a second. Mazda comes across the line, goes 9th.
Yeah, Cobb just goes up to P3 there ahead of Dan as well. So 3rd and 4th are both running the 100 litres. Jay down in 8th and Fury down in 10th. So their ballast really hurting them. And Plava showing a bit of an improvement in pace this week up in P5. Evening to Laura. Hope you're well.
Yeah, and Plava's and he's at 1,000 up. Oh, he's got on the grass there, though,
yeah.
So that's all that time gone.
And it's easy to do that, isn't it, at the final corner?
Yeah, very easy to do. John Boy, I think, unless he can get back out, is done for the session, as is Fury, who's down in 11th. But is Fury going to come back out? I think he is coming back out for one more lap.
Indeed, that's the case. And DJ Phil, currently quicker than Welshie at the moment.
Yeah, Cobb's got up to 3rd as well on the 100 litres. So the 4 and 100 litres should now start setting their fastest lap times as they burn off the fuel.
Yeah, indeed they should. So they should be Cobb, Dan, Fury and Jay should be getting quicker and quicker. Jay's just gone up to 6th place. Gary's in 7th. The top 10, in fact the top 11 separated by a second then as Mazda improved on his time but stays P10. Cobb then getting an improvement. Here's Fury, your current championship leader. The bad thing for Fury here is he's just come out fresh on 100 litres of fuel.
Right, Cobb is finished. Yeah, there's a car off in the background there. Yeah, he's come back out and he's got 99 litres of fuel, so he's not going to improve. So he's going to be starting down in 12th now because Lucas Roth has gone in front. The Villa's just gone pole position, even quicker, 1 minute 9.9.
Yeah, provisional pole. He's done with that lap as well, as is Cobb, Smoky Devil and Bryn all finished in their qualifying laps as well. So we'll try and pick up the people across the line with 1:10 to go. People still going to get another couple of laps in here. John Boy will get one more shot at this as he comes through the final chicane. What's he got in the locker in terms of being able to challenge for that pole position? No improvement there, so he has to go again. Dan with Fury right on the back of him. You see Dan though, look, he's lost 12 litres of fuel, so he'll be a lot lighter than that Renault Megane.
Yeah, he will be, but say Fury's all sideways through there. He's 100th down already, so he needs to gain a lot of time back to get Nick DeVille, or he's just probably a bit of lag will get off him.
Yeah, I know Dan's been suffering with some internet problems at his home, so he'll have that to sort out. Hopefully, I think he said this week it gets sorted.
Fury touched the grass. Who's that just behind? I think
That is John Boy and Plava.
No, it's Jay.
Oh, in the McGann. Sorry, I was looking at the Mercedes. So here comes Jay to the line. So qualifying complete. Fury done. Jay done. Fury stays 11th. Jay stays in P7. And Plava's done. He is John Boy. Who's just behind John Boy? We'll have a look in a moment. That is Craig Ebert. He's done. John Boy to the line. No improvement. Who's the next man towards the line? They're at the Fogarty S's. It's not Gary and it's not Welshie. Is it Mazda by some chance? Gary's up. We're not going to get to see the one who's crossing the line at the moment then. It was Mazda and he did go P5. That then is Monkey Boy, so it is just the BMWs to set the qualifying times. Here comes Monkey Boy to the line. Any improvement goes P13. Gary then, the last BMW. Currently the second BMW to Mazda at the minute. Mazda 2/10 off the pole. Here comes Gary. We know how good he is in this Beamer. And he cannot get the pole position there. I don't think he improved from P7. Jamie, talk us through the grid, though, for the final time, for the first time tonight in this one.
So, on pole position, we have Nick Lavilla, who's hopefully got his internet sorted for this week because he was bouncing all over the track at Brands Hatch last week. John Boy in second. Cobb, the first man of 100 litres, in third. Then the second man of 100 litres, and Orthodox in fourth. Mazda making his touring car debut in fifth. And the first BMW. Emplava, a better showing from him tonight in 6th, Gary 7th, Jay in 8th, Craig 9th, Smoky Devil 10th, Fury, the championship leader, down in 11th, Lucas Roth 12th, Monkey Boy 13th, Bryn 14th, Welshie 15th, and at the back of the grid is DJ Phil.
Indeed it is. Evening to Mother Davis, Fury's granddad, evening Tony, hope you're well, as we then go through the list. So, Cobb unorthodox, Fury and WSRCJ should all have 100 litres, and that looks to be the case at the moment. Not for Fury. Fury needs to make sure he's got the litres in the car, otherwise that will be an instant disqualification. There we go, job done. Must have just had to reload the setup then, so we're all ready to go here. And if you're Dan, and if you're Cobb, you're not going to like the fact that there's a BMW right alongside you, are you? Row 2 of the grid is Cobb and Dan, and Mazda just there, look. If he can split the Astra and the Renault Megane, Jamie, if that Astra gets a start, we know it can, them two could be in trouble early on.
Well, it's not just Mazda who could do Cobb and Dan. It could be Gary as well. You'd have to look at Monkey Boy as well, because Monkey Boy's, although Monkey Boy's 13, he could still come rocketing through.
Indeed, yeah. No, indeed. That is the case then. So 39 points. Mazda is behind Fury in the championship, but we've only had 2 rounds of the season. This is round 3 here at Donington Park National, and we cannot wait to get it going. The drivers just making last-minute preparations and last-minute changes to their setups. 20-minute race, outright, flat out, non-stop. The action will be frantic. As 17 of you lovely people are watching, please do hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. And don't forget to hit that bell to be notified when we're live. We'll be back with the GT3s tomorrow and Thursday night, where me and Dan Davis will be bringing you the coverage live from Road America with stateside for the GT3 Pro-Am. And Thursday to be Jamie Brasier and Dan Davis in your commentary box. Once again, as we're syncing up, Jamie, we're getting ready to go. The lights are going to come on. The revs are going to rise. And here we've lost Emplava. What a shame. The start of his night hasn't gone well. And it's go here. Who gets the best of getaways? It looks like John Boy over the Renault Megane. Mazda, though, is straight up the inside, and Dan forces Gary to the grass. Straight off the line, Dan forcing Gary onto the grass. And that's cost Dan a few places. It's also cost Gary, but Dan gives Gary the place back. That's Monkey Boy and Keegs, Lucas Roth, who's had a tap in the background and them two around. But down the crater curves, John Boy from Nick the Villa from Cobb, who managed to just fend off Mazda into turn 1.
Yeah, Gary's managed to get on the back of Mazda already, so the BMW's made a good start. But yeah, Dan forcing Gary off the track at the start. Gary's trying to go round the outside. Is he going to try into McLaren's? Is he going to look for the inside?
Oh, he is. It's superb from Gary, laid on the brakes as you dare. It's Matt Neal-esque, that one from Gary 131, and Mazda could learn here from sitting on the back of Gary 131 and learning how to drive this BM. But we know Gary is a master of the British tracks and a master of the BMW, and Gary up the inside, job done. Dan now looking to get up the inside at the exit of Coppice, and down the Simplay straight they come. BMW versus Astra, a heavy Astra, just looks like it's losing out as John Boy defending from Nick the Villa. We didn't get to see if Dan got Mazda done, but he did though, on the brakes it looks like on the leaderboard.
Yeah, he has. He's got him done. That looks like Smoky Devil side by side with Craig. Is he going to try and go around the outside at Redgate? That's probably going to have to look for the cutback. He's got to be careful of Fury here.
He has. I just saw Bryn and Lucas Roth. Ooh, cool. Bit wiggly there. Bryn and Lucas Roth side by side through Redgate as they was down the straight. And Bryn going to still try and fight this. Tucks in now as that is WSRCJ, who's not had a very good start to this one. Keegs on a recovery driver. Bryn all sideways down the Craner curves and sends one up the inside. Bit of a tap on the rear of Lucas Roth. And that was a car off, I think, on the grass there. Cobb has had a huge mistake with his full fuel. That is going to hurt him. But did Bryn manage to keep the place? No, Lucas Roth got it back, and Bryn would have been scouting the track when we was there 2 weeks ago, but at the minute, what a start to this race. It's frantic and fast paced as ever.
Yeah, oh, that's Lucas Roth off wide. Jay's got through. Bryn and Jay have got through. Gary up in third. Can he, whilst these two fight, can he go for the win, or like last week, is he just going to drop off? He's had a bit of a poor exit there, I think.
Oh, John Boy's on the grass there. Not sure what kind of exit he got from the Fogarty S's, but this is allowing Nick the Villa to go side by side with him. Gary's having a look. Mazda defending from Fury and from Craigie. 3 abreast into Redgate. 3 into 1 doesn't work, and it certainly didn't that time as Craigie backed out of that one, but Gary's got ahead of Nick the Villa and down to the Craner curves they come. Look at these four. Fury leans onto Mazda, and the Teletubby Motorsport boys touch through the Craner curves, and Mazda has to cut, but Smoky Devil gains another place, and Smokey looking up the inside of Fury through the old hairpin. Fury, another man who is able to scout this track. I think they've had an off because they have not come with Craigie. They must have been off. Yep, there is Fury off, and Smoky Devil is where?
Smoky Devil is
just there. I think that's him just in front of Cobb. So them two definitely came together through the old hairpin. As Gary looking on the back of John Boy for the lead. It's a 10th and a half. It's not. It's side by side. It's rear wheel to front wheel. Gary to the outside of the Fogarty S's. He's wiser than to take that on. Gets a great exit compared to John Boy, who's all over the curb. He's had a huge wiggle. And Gary has the momentum. John Boy now squeezes Gary to the gas. And Nick the Villa up the inside of John Boy. Dan's in this one. And Gary loses the lead. And twice Gary has found himself on the grass on the start straight.
But here comes John Boy. He's got back past Dan. Gary gave Nick the Villa a bit of a tap up the rear and just cost himself on the exit. Dan and John Boy.
Oh, huge wiggle! And John Boy has one as well, and they both managed to hold on together there. Dan coming with his lag up the inside. John Boy just a little wide of the old hairpin. And Dan up into the podium spot as he's on his 100 litres of fuel. Dan flying at the minute, but you have to feel for Gary in this race. Twice down the start straight, twice he's been forced onto the grass.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy with that one at all. I tell you who's done very well in these first few opening laps, and that's Craig. He's up to 5th already. He was quite an opportunist on the last lap with the goings on down the Craner curves. So he's doing very well for himself.
Yeah, he's come back through this silent assassin, if you will. He's come through the pack. Dan now looking on the back of Gary as Gary's got to try and hunt down Nick the Villa, and Gary, as wise as ever, will just park it through the S's. And Dan all over the curbs gets a better run than Gary, but you have to feel that BMW straight line speed over the Astra with the full fuel of Dan as well is going to hurt Dan, especially being on the outside for turn 1. Is this going to invite John Boy up the inside at Redgate? No, it's not, but he's still actually just got a nose in. Gary's gone a little wide, so Dan can have a look at Gary down the Craner curves. They're now side by side. John Boy didn't get a look in. Gary and Dan side by side. Dan had a wiggle down here last lap. Is he going to tuck in? Is he going to brake later than Gary? Gary through the old hairpin. Dan still side by side, but Gary manages the job.
Yeah, that was very good there from Gary, keeping it all the way around the outside. Dan's now lost the position to John Boy. John Boy's trying to go around the outside. I think he's got the job done.
Yeah, he's up the inside. Another kind of Matt Neal move there. Got the run on him and then just come up the inside. But Dan's fighting this one back into Coppice, Jamie. And that, for Dan, job done.
I tell you what, whilst these guys are fighting Craig starting to join the fight.
Clawing on the back of these two. You look at John Boy's last lap time, though, a 1:12.1 for John Boy. So he didn't have the best of lap times, but he is fighting tooth and nail. Oh, yeah, what has happened? Cobb's made a mistake. Bryn there in a pack. Lucas Roth looked like he was rejoining as well. Bryn down to 10th. Welshie up to 9th. Smokey back up to 8th. DJ Phil currently 15th and last. And look at this gaggle of cars. Oh, Bryn sends one and taps the rear of Smokey Devil. And that's put Smokey off, and Welshie comes through as well. And Bryn may have to return that position, but he's going to lose a few there.
Yeah, Fury is back up to 8th after going wide or going off.
Indeed, he is. John Boy.
Defended from John Boy. Dan lagging all over the place, so we'll get off of him. John Boy trying to attack the back of that Astra. Is he going to have another look into McLean's? Dan looks like he's going to go defensive. John Boy, is he going to send it up the inside? Not quite. I think Dan's gone a bit wide though. No,
it looks like he's kept a good run through there. Gary's pace last lap.
Monkey Boy's made a mistake.
Yeah, he must have done. Yeah, just rejoins. Gary's pace last lap a couple of tenths slower than Nick the Villa. Now that he's not battling with Dan and John Boy, he's able to just stretch his legs. But you look at Craig and Mazda, they're lapping significantly quicker than these two in front. A good half a second, 0.6 of a second quicker than Dan. And look at this battle. Lucas Roth on the outside of his dad, Welshie, and with Welshie running him to the grass. Oh, they have a bit of a tab there in the Welsh household. Cobb's had a huge wiggle, and around goes Cobb.
I don't think he has. I think he has hit the wall. Lucas Roth.
No, I think I don't know. He might have hit it side on there. He might have kept going and hit it side on, but Cobb rejoins. As Welshie made a mistake. Yeah, he looks like he has, or is he slow waiting for Keegs? Not sure, but either way, Welshie's let Bryn and Smokey Devil back through. And when you look at the times of the last lap, Dan a 10.4. So trying to match the gap at the times of the leaders, but him and John Boy now just lapping the same as Mazda and Craig in the background. Has Gary made a mistake here this lap? Because Dan looks a lot closer to him.
Yeah, he does. I wonder whether it's like last week. So Gary just didn't have the pace all the way through the race. He was good the first quarter of the race, and then just started to drop back. Well, she's now done Bryn. He's now going to...
Yeah, I wonder if Bryn's made a mistake, because Smokey's also done Bryn, and he's dropped right into the path of Monkey Boy Phil, Cobb and Lucas Roth here then. So no Emplava for this first race. But nonetheless, Monkey Boy wide there. Takes out the MSV sign with him. It's funny how they've got MSV signs around Donington Park on this game.
Dan's up the inside of Gary.
Indeed he is. Into Redgate corner. Has Dan got that one done? He's forced Gary a little wide there. That's just the racing room. And John Boy now having a look down the crane of curves.
Gary's going to try and hold it around the outside of the crane of curves. He's now going to look to the outside, go for the cut back. He's got the run. John Boy goes onto the grass. Gary ran the outside of the little left-hander, and he's got the job done. He's back into third place.
Back into third then Gary goes, and he needs to get on the back of Unorthodox once again, although he's gone a little deep at McLean's, and this will invite John Boy back up the inside as they come towards Coppice. He tucks back in and thinks better of that one. I was just about to say, it's funny how there's MSV signs on the back of these braking boards here. When the year this game was made, they wasn't actually MSV.
Yeah.
Funny that. I've only just noticed that one.
It's a weird one.
As Mazda trying to gain on the back of Craig in the background, but this is John Boy on the back of Gary for the final podium position at the moment. Dan, you have to say, is doing a cracking job with his full fuel. The Astra may be seeming to carry that fuel a bit better than the Megans at this moment in time.
Yeah, so as the fuel goes down, he seems to be getting quicker and quicker as well, so that was still quite a bit off. Gary goes right. Is John Boy going to get up the inside? He has. Gary seems to take that line there for every lap. They're going to go side by side down the crane of curves. Gary tucks back in.
Yeah, tucks back in, looks to switch back now into the old hairpin late break. No, he can't. Old hairpin, they come. John Boy swings the rear around, and Gary tries to go right round the outside on the grass, back on the track, and through the left-hander there, side by side of Gary and John Boy. John Boy will have that inside line into McLean's corner. Does Gary close the door? No, he doesn't. John Boy drifting it round, and Gary will cut back underneath as they come up towards Coppice, but he's not got the run he would have wanted into Coppice, so can he break later than John Boy? John Boy gives him the room, and Gary through at Coppice once again. And while these two are battling, this is allowing Dan to just creep away from these two here. And again, it's inviting Craig and Mazda back into another battle for the podium.
Yeah, say Craig's only 1.4 off the back. John Boy's going to try and go around the outside bit of chicane. That's not going to work. He's going to look.
It is if Gary gets a poor exit though, and John Boy set him up an absolute kipper. Gary gets a poor run, and John Boy back up into third as we start the 10th lap of this race. 9 minutes 10 seconds remaining in this one, and it's John Boy now third, Gary fourth, but Craig and Mazda coming with them as well. Don't forget the top 4 finishes from this first race will then have to run 100 litres in race 2. So Gary at the minute will have to run that full fuel, and we'll get to see what a BMW can do on the full fuel. But Nick de Villa is checked out up front, and Gary and John Boy have lost out to Dan a little bit. Can John Boy now get on the back of Dan? Can Gary get up on the back of John Boy once again? Any other battles happening elsewhere down the grid? Mazda's within the time of Craig there we see in the background. Look, Mazda and Craig.
The question I've got is, has John Boy got enough fuel in? He's only got 11 litres of fuel in.
I reckon he's fine with that.
Craig's done Gary. Where's Gary gone?
Gary's gone off then at the exit of Coppice. So Gary's off, and that's given Craig and Mazda another place. Gary should keep ahead of Jay, but Gary now outside of that top 4, and this will put Craig on 100 litres of fuel. Unless this man can get past him, 7/10 the gap, and on his first outing in the touring cars was well off the pace, apparently, he said before we came on air. Well, he's a 10th quicker than Dan last lap, and he's gaining on the back of Craig. Every lap he feels like he can get more comfortable in this BMW, and he laps a bit slower that time around. But Mazda coming for the Mercedes-Benz in front of him.
Yeah, Craig was actually the quickest at the top 5 last lap. Is Jay now going to catch on to the back of Gary? He's got Fury behind.
Yeah, with Smoky Devil just on the back of him.
Sorry, Craig wasn't the quickest lap.
No,
last lap
Nick de Villa.
I thought I saw it was a 1:10.
Smoky Devil lapping the same as the leaders, look, down in P9. So good pace from Smoky Devil all the way down in 9th place, showing that he has the pace of the front runners. Monkey Boy in the 111s as well, so lapping the same as Craig and Mazda, but he's down in 12th, who's just lost out to Cobb on the timing screens. So Cobb's just made up an extra place, must have been through Redgate and down through the Craner curves we go. Bryn is somewhat of a lap down here, so has he been in the pits? I've not seen him in the pits, but must have had a big off somewhere.
Yeah, he must have done. So his lap time about a couple of tenths off Lucas Roth ahead of him, who's gaining on the back of DJ Phil.
I said he was about to lap down. I'm not sure why, because the timing screen must have gone horribly wrong. Jay's dropped back.
Yeah, I wonder whether he's gone wide out onto the Simplay straight, because he's dropped behind Fury and Smoky Devil now.
He has, and Smoky Devil is really gaining onto the back of Fury within a second with 6 minutes to go. So Smoky Devil really trying to gain on Fury again, quicker, and matching that of the leaders was actually quicker than Unorthodox and Mazda. Mazda a couple of tenths quicker than this man last time around, and Mazda really trying to put the pressure on Craig here.
Cobb is side by side with Welshie. Welshie trying to hold it to the inside. Cobb goes wide here. Is this going to present a chance to Monkey Boy? No,
too far back. Down the Craner curves they come now. Welshie still ahead of Cobb, and Cobb tucks in behind, and Monkey Boy still can't find a way past. And he had a bit of a bad week at Brands Indy as well, so he's looking to bounce back from this one.
Maz is in the slipstream of Craig, sorry.
He is, yeah, and he pulls out, has a little look at the Fogger TSs, can't get it done. On the brakes, you just look at that BM close under brakes. Good run out of here for Mazda, and he could be right on the back of Craig. He's got a decent run. The gap coming down slightly, you see in the middle of your screen, and Mazda now looking at Redgate, but Craig's already defended. Mazda's going to commit to the inside, and he's got up the inside. He's forced his way up, and can he keep it? He's got it turned in. Craig to the outside. Mazda stayed too tight to the corner there. He couldn't get it slowed down and turned in enough, but Mazda just starting to put Craig under some pressure in these last 5 minutes. This could give Mazda fourth and make him run 100 litres of fuel in the next race. Obviously it's reverse grid for qualifying, so you don't need to run the 100 litres of fuel for the qualifying. 15 started the race, which means the top 8 cannot qualify, as Cobb will take 2 with Welshie, and this time it's Welshie who's wide and Cobb up the inside, and Monkey Boy looks closer to Welshie and looks like he's got a nose up the inside of Welshie down the Craner curves. They just have a tap up the top part of the hill. Down the hill they come, they have a bit more of a tap again. We can't quite see what's happening, and Welshie and Monkey Boy touch each other and round they go, and Welshie continues on his merry way.
Yeah, he continues his merry way. Look how close John Boy is now to Dan. He's got one, he's just over a second behind. You can see the battling pair of Craig and Mazda behind.
Mazda's got a back gap back down to 0.3 of a second. And you look at John Boy, 0.6 quicker on the lap, so chipping away. Mazda obviously a bit slower through turn 1, meant that he was lost out on the last lap. Craig, though, locking up the wheels there as he comes into Redgate Corner and now through Hollywood. And Mazda just sniffing that opportunity of a 4th place. And if Mazda can get past here, I'm sure he'll be happy with good debut points. Even if he stays 5th, I'm sure he'll be happy with good debut points. Gary still 6th. Smokey now as well. He's another one who's chipping away at Fury. And Fury just got caught on the curb there. Fury, the other man, running 100 litres worth of fuel. And this is absolutely fantastic for Smokey Devil. Just looking at the chat, everybody kind of having their own conversation. Dean said good luck to everybody, and then Plava said with a smoke coming out his nose emoji in the chat because he disconnected. But Smokey Devil here looking racy with the current championship leader, and can't Matt Neal him.
Yeah, he was 8 quicker. I thought he got the run there, but he hasn't quite. What's going on with Mazda and Craig Sable? They're quite close.
Mazda's pretty much pushing him through the chicane, a bit of a slide which Mazda had to catch. But he's coming again, Jamie. His time, Smokey has done Fury. I think Fury looks like he's returned there. Let's go back to Mazda. Mazda choosing to go to the outside this time. Can he get it done earlier on the brakes? No, he tried to look around the outside. Now he looks to tuck under, down the Craner curves, on the bumper cam. Proper touring car-esque camera, this view, isn't it? Look at this. As they down the Craner curves they come. John Boy's within half a second of Dan. You can see them just going up through the old hairpin. And Mazda just needs a good run through here. Craig slidey and wide. This could give Mazda momentum up towards McLean's. Look at the BMW gain with the traction out of the old hairpin. Craig covers it off. Mazda, where's he got to go? He's just got a Matt Neal one up the inside there. He can't get it done. But Craig again, just hanging that Mercedes out up front. And I think John Boy's trying to do the same to Dan as what Mazda's doing to Craig. Through Coppice they come. Here's John Boy, look, with Dan defending.
Yeah, Dan goes to the left. John Boy's going to look for the drive out of the chicane. He gets the chicane perfect. Both of them get the chicane perfect, so John Boy doesn't get a run there. What about these two?
Mazda's messed it. He's messed it up. And that is potentially the race over. Back to John Boy and Dan. Can't really see anything happening from here. Let's change the camera angle as Dan straight all over the curb and John Boy a little wide. But that's Mazda's race over for 4th place. But John Boy pressure on with probably about 2 laps to go.
Yeah, John Boy's going to be pressuring the back of that Astra all the way until the line now. He's going to try and force Dan into a mistake. Fury's not dropped off the back of Smokey, but I think he has now. John Boy's going to try and... Is he going to have a look into McLean's? Not really.
No, Fury's... Look at time screws. Fury is still within Smokey Devil. A couple of tenths of a second. They're 2 tenths. It's as close as this battle here. John Boy looks at Coppice. Can't get the move done. And Dan... Where's Jay? Jay's just... Where's Nick the Villa? Nick the Villa's coming to the line now. So will Nick the Villa... I think is going to start the final lap of the race. Yeah, so this will then be the final lap. So for John Boy here, he's got 1 lap. For Fury, he's got 1 lap. Dan doesn't get the run out the fog of TS's. And John Boy, he must have got a similar run to Dan because he didn't come past. And here comes John Boy into turn 1. There you see Craig, there you see Mazda. Fury's got 1 lap to do Smokey. John Boy's got 1 lap to do Dan. And DJ Phil's got 1 lap to try and gain on the back of Lucas Roth, who he's only a couple of seconds behind. Well, she's also got 1 lap to try and defend from Monkey Boy, who's not too far off the back of him. We'll cut to Jay in a moment.
Thought Dan had a wiggle, but I think it was just more lag. John Boy, has he got the run? Dan's just got to go defensive. Is John Boy going to throw... John Boy is going to throw the kitchen sink at Dan now.
You'd imagine so. Up the inside at McLean's, and he does throw the kitchen sink. He throws it and forces Dan wide at McLean's, and John Boy had a wiggle himself. And he's half throttle. He's going to let Dan back through. That saves any penalties then. John Boy lets Dan keep the place, but we'll have to cut to Nick the Villa, who looks like he's going to become a new race winner here at Simplay Motorsport. He took pole position. He's going to take the race win as well. Nick the Villa, great job from him. Bryn was a lap down in 15th place. And Dan gets the run out the chicane that he needed. And that is going to mean that Dan's going to come home for a P2. John Boy then is going to take a P3. Craig E, good result for him. He's going to come home for a 4th place with Mazda on his first outing in the touring cars, coming home for a P5. Good result for him. Gary, what could have been, again for Gary, will take a P6. Smokey Devil Another solid result for this man. Will hold off Gary. That will hold off Fury. That is P7. Fury was your championship leader, comes home in 8th. Jay in the wall at the end, but not enough to harm him for P9. Cobb is P10. Welshie looks like he's going to come home for a P11, and that is a good job from Welshie. Solid points once again here. Monkey Boy then P12, but has got Lucas Roth
right on the back of him.
He has indeed. A good flash from Lucas Roth there. A 13th place for him and a 14th for DJ Phil. Fastest lap of the race goes the way of
John Boy by the look of it.
John Boy with a 10 dead. Just going to scroll to the bottom just to double check.
Looks like, yeah, John Boy.
John Boy then takes the fastest lap of the race to go with his third place in this one. We will get the tables all sorted for you, and we'll be right back in 5 minutes' time with the reverse grid and race 2.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up. Stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. All in when I show up. Whole place about to blow up. Superior to that competition. I'm in first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave. Eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watch me elevate. When I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate. I was born and when I watch me elevate.
Broken dreams in my pocket. Golden thing round my neck like a locket. Carve your name in my mind, cause you caught it. You caught it. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street light at the young, so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you. You're golden. Yeah, you're golden.
ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport as we are live for round 4 of the season and we are getting ready to go. No Bryn for this one, and only 14 drivers out there on the track. We'll wait for Jamie as well to get back in. I'm not sure who else isn't in the session yet, but we hopefully they can get back in as well. I think you might be right. Top 8 cannot qualify. Nick the Villa and Orthodubs, John Boy, Craig E, 28, Mazda Gary, Smoky Devil and Fury cannot qualify for this one. And the championship stand-ins look a little like this. And Orthodubs takes the championship lead from Fury by 2 points, with John Boy in that third place, 10 behind. Cobb is dropped to 4th with Smoky Devil up into P5 ahead of Jay, who drops down a few places. Nick the Villa goes up to P7 with Gary down in 8th place. Craig E is in 9th with Welshie 10th. Bryn drops to 11th with Lucas Roth 12th. And Plover 13th with DJ Phil 14th. Monkey Boy 15th and Mazda down in 16th place as we've lost Mazda as well. Hopefully these guys can get back into the session before lights out. But we've got one of the top 3 in, and it's Unorthodox 16. Dan, you take the championship lead and you got a 2nd place for yourself. That's not a bad way to start the evening.
It's not a bad way to start the evening at all. I didn't realise I took the championship, so that's a bonus as well. But no, that's a good start. I'm happy with that.
Happy with that. You got to look happy with that pace of the Mercedes-Benz, of the Astra, because it looked good with 100 litres of fuel on board.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I'm just having issues right now because apparently I can't drive my car. I'm just trying to test it and it's not wanting to go. And we have cut a few disconnections, but no, the Astra felt all right. Towards the end, I could feel the weight coming in. But other than that, yeah, it was a good session.
Good session for you. Good battle though with Gary, with John Boy throughout that race. How was the battles with all of them?
Yeah, it was good. Like I said, I had a little bit of internet issues at one point. It felt a bit laggy. The guys were saying I was laggy as well. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Yeah, again, I still can't drive for some reason.
Try pressing
yeah.
options and being able to either that someone's parked in the garage and not moved.
I'm doing all that, mate. No one's in the pits unless they are. But no, it's a good way to start the season. I think this season's just to be about consistency, really.
Yeah. Race 2, what can you do from here? Back of the grid, reverse grid race. What can you do?
Well, at this, mate, just stay out of trouble because there's not a lot of people in this session at the minute. So, yeah, just keeping out of trouble, keep my nose clean, and don't get any damage.
We'll wish you the best of luck, Dan. We'll let you get back to it.
Ideal. Well, cheers.
Cheers, boy. Zamplov then puts it on provisional pole at the minute, but as that one-place grid penalty, we have lost a couple of drivers from the session. We hopefully can get them back in. Lucas Roth and Smokey Devil, I think, are the two that we're awaiting to come back in. As Cobb there catches a DJ Phil that was spinning round, and Cobb, wrong place, wrong time, you have to say, and it hasn't gone right for him tonight so far, Jamie.
No, it hasn't. He hasn't really had the luck at all tonight. Hopefully we can. I think we're missing. I know Mazda is back in, so yeah, I think it's just
Lucas Roth and Smokey Devil.
Yeah, Smokey Devil's disconnected twice, so hopefully this isn't anything bad. Monkey Boy is 8/10 up here, so this would put him on the front row of the grid and will probably put him first into turn 1.
Yeah, so Monkey Boy's got to make sure that he can do the business as well. Got a lot of. We've lost Dan. I wonder if Dan's coming out to come back in. We might have to redo the session if it does come to it. But Monkey Boy does go second on the grid, but will be P1 with Emplava's penalty, excuse me.
Emplava on my screen doesn't have a penalty.
Yeah, he's got a one-place grid penalty on my screen.
Jay comes over the line. Where does he go? He now goes up to second attempt of Emplava. What about Welshie? What's Welshie doing? He's coming to the final chicane. Where can he put himself? He's 1.4 seconds down at the minute. Doesn't get the best exit out of the final corner. Comes across the line. Where's he going to go? Stays where he is, but improves by half a second. We've got DJ Phil, who's now coming across the line. Where's he? He'll go above Mazda because Mazda can't qualify. Comes to the line. I think that was an outlap.
Yeah, I think that was an outlap. Cobb then to the line. Can he put a first time in? He doesn't. No, can't neither. So that must have been an outlap for Cobb as well. Who's at this game? Mazda, Fury, John Boy, Nick the Villa, Gary, Craigie can't qualify. Neither can Dan when Dan gets back in. We are still missing Smokey Devil and Lucas Roth. Dan is now back in.
Monkey Boy goes a 10th quicker, and Emplava comes across the line. He's a second down, so he must have made a mistake. Jay is the next across the line. He doesn't look going very quick, or either that, I'm just used to the GT3s. He doesn't get the best exit out of him. At the final corner, can he snatch pole position away from Emplava? Yes, he does.
He does indeed, and that will put Emplava then down to P3 at the start of the race. As here then comes DJ Phil. Can he improve on a time of nothing at the moment? So yes, he will improve. He'll climb up the leaderboard, should go above Dan and Mazda, but can he get around Welshie? Top 4 currently separated by 9/10. Smokey Devil and Keegs have got 4 minutes to get themselves in. This is online championships. He can get in at the very end.
Yeah, DJ Phil now about to cross the line. He goes.
Smokey Devil gets in. That's brilliantly. DJ Phil goes 5th. Cobb now goes provisional pole position, which drops Emplava down to P4. 0.6 of a second quicker than Jay then. And Emplava will drop to P4 unless this man has anything to say about it. But first of all, does Emplava have an answer back for his time? No. What about Monkey Boy? Can he improve to knock Emplava down further? No, he can't. Who's at the final corner? It's Jay. Can Jay find 0.6 this lap to take his pole time back? Running some 26 litres here. That's quite a lot of fuel. Need Keegs in. Keegs could do with setting a qualifying lap if he can get in.
Jay doesn't improve, so next across the line is going to be who is.
That's it's not Phil and Cobb, so that must be Welshie.
Yeah, Welshie now coming to the line. There's a car that's 2/10 up. Oh, Welshie had a massive slide coming through there, manages to hold it. And Welshie improve and jump Monkey Boy?
No, he can't. Cobb, though, to the line. He's the first car before Phil. He looks like he's passed Phil this lap, so Cobb to the line. Phil coming through the fog at TSs. Can Cobb extend his provisional pole time? Yes, he can. By some 3/10. He dips into the 109s. DJ Phil doesn't improve. What about Monkey Boy and M. Plaver?
Yep. M. Plaver, 5.8 litres of fuel, and I don't think we're going to get Lucas Roth back in.
Yeah, you can still get in until the countdown goes to 0 on the online championship, so he's got plenty of time. Monkey Boy had a horrible run out the chicane, was all slidey, and was half a second down, as we say, even into Disco Disco Face. Welshie looks like he's had a terrible run because Cobb's coming past him. Jay to the line now needs to find 9/10, not just 6/10. And finds 3 of them. Now needs to find a just under 6/10 of a second to take that pole position away from Cobb. Cobb obviously took pole last week with Jay second as Phil loses it in the background. It was Cobb from Jay in race 2 last week at Brands Indy. That was the leaders then, and that's how it finished that night as DJ Phil returns to the pits. He can get out for one last flying run. Here comes then Cobb to the line. Does he have more time left in him? And if he does, as we've just got John Boy in, we'll have a quick word with John Boy then. John Boy, 3rd place in that race. That was good for yourself?
Hello, yeah, it was pretty good. Not bad for Mercedes. It was big tail up. Unfortunately, enough place to get onto.
Yeah, you had a cracking battle with Dan and a cracking battle with Gary throughout that whole race. But 3rd place, like you say, the best you can do. What can you do race 2 from the back of the pack? Well, wish you the best luck, buddy. We'll let you go because obviously it's 48 seconds till the end of this session, so best luck. Cheers, buddy. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to get Keegs in. His Wi-Fi can't connect to the Wi-Fi for some reason, so it doesn't look like we're going to get Keegs in for this second race. There's no Bryn for this second race either. But we do have Cobb in the pits who won't find any more time. Welshie will get another run in here. DJ Phil's also in the pits. He won't get another lap in. And Welshie has just ruined both his next and current lap. So that'll be Welshie done. Monkey Boy's had a huge slide, which will mean that he's done. So it is just N. Plaver. And Welshie's going to carry on. Yeah, he's going to carry on. So it's just N. Plaver. Can he find half a second to get onto the front row of the grid provisionally? Here he comes to the line. And does he improve? No, he doesn't. So M. Plaver will drop to P4 as Welshie does retire to the pits. And Jamie, talk us through the grid.
So on pole position is Cobb by half a second. Second is Jay. Third is M. Plaver, but he has a grid penalty, so he'll start 4th. So Monkey Boy will go ahead of him. Welshie in 5th, DJ Phil in 6th, Smoky Devil 7th, and Orfdubs 8th. He'll be the first of the 100 runners. Mazda in 9th, Fury 10th. Hopefully he can have a better second race. Now he's lost the field. John Boy 11th, Nick Bavilla 12th, Gary 13th, Craig 14th, and that is the grid for race 2 of the night.
It is indeed, and as we just wait for the session to fully load so that we can press continue to the next one. That is your grid for the final time tonight then here at Donington Park. As we have lost Keegs, we have lost Bryn for this race as well. And the game wants to hurry up and recognise that it's done. So we can continue and press the ready up button here. So Jamie, race winner so far, Cobb from last week in race 2 from Jay. If you remember, they was 1-2 on the grid that night. They're 1-2 again tonight. Are we expecting more of the same, or do we think that Monkey Boy and M. Plaver can spoil the apple cart, so to speak?
Well, hopefully they all 4 of them can have a good race. Like I say, I imagine Monkey Boy's going to be leading into turn 1, but yeah. I think Cobb and Jay have got a very good chance of the win. I think Fury's now going to show his true pace, so I think Dan might struggle with this one. with well, to be fair, he had 100 litres in the last one, but he's starting a lot further back.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Waiting for this session to just ready up here. So while we wait for this to ready up, if those haven't, for the people who are watching, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please do so, and also hit that hit that subscribe button as well to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. We'll be back live on Wednesday and Thursday with our GT3s stateside Road America for an early morning race. Obviously, normal time of 8 p.m. BST here on the channel, but it'll be early morning weather time in game slot. We'll be back live Thursday as well for that, for the Pro Series and the Pro on Wednesday night. The F1 will return from Cota stateside Sunday night, where Dan Davis will bring you live commentary of that. And we'll be back next week for Silverstone Classic, our Thruxton round, if you will. Silverstone Classic makes a venture onto the GT3s and the touring car calendar this season. And I reckon this lobby is kind of glitched, and we may have to get a new one set up, annoyingly.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's...
Oh, no, here we go.
Okay, it's ready.
Here we go, then. And we've lost Emplava again. No way. Who else? No, we've just lost Emplava.
Yeah, Emplava's gone again, so that promotes...
That promotes Monkey Boy. Yeah, everybody from Monkey Boy down. No, from Welshie down. Up one place, because Emplava would have started P4, but that's twice tonight. We've lost Emplava, so he will not score a single point in this one tonight. Donington Park, not a favourite for Emplava. Right, so the four we need to check is Nick the Villa. Unorthodox 100 litre fuel. Nick the Villa, 100 litres of fuel. John Boy, 100 litres of fuel. And Craig E, 100 litres of fuel. Mazda and Gary, 8th and 12th. Monkey Boy 3rd. Watch for the start of Monkey Boy in that BMW. That could be absolutely electric from there. And this one, Jamie, is going to get very excited. I tell you what, 100 litres of fuel for the top four at Silverstone Classic next week. A very high-speed track. That could hurt them in qualifying and the race.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely hurt them in qualifying in the race. I think it is Smoky Devil who's got the least amount of fuel in, so you have to watch out for him, because he's going to be very, very quick at the start. Yeah,
he could be absolutely flying. Quick all race could Smoky Devil be, and he's had good pace tonight.
Yeah,
and he's looking to get into the top four of the championship. Currently sat in P5 and is only 3 points behind Cobb for that top four spot. Only a couple of 4 points behind John Boy as well. We're all ready to go here. We're all synced up. And for round 4 of this season here at Donington Park, the fans are ready. We're ready. They're ready. It's go. Cobb doesn't move. Jay gets a great start, and as you'd expect, the BMW of Monkey Boy flies. DJ Phil takes to the grass, and Monkey Boy looks to the outside of Cobb already as they come into turn 1. Is Monkey Boy going to be up into P2? Yes, he is. Welsh looking around the outside of Cobb. Look at Mazda. He's had a cracking launch as well around the outside, and all through relatively clean. DJ Phil had a poor start. He's dropped all the way down to 12th. That is Nick the Villa being sort of barged out of the way, and Dan's got past Mazda now. Fury looking past Dan and Mazda, and up the inside of his Teletubby Motorsport teammate he goes, and the Jaeger Motorsport of Gary. That's Monkey Boy who's had it off. Gary looking to pass Mazda. GT3 rivals, now touring car rivals once again, and Gary at McLean's gets Mazda done, and John Boy has to brake late, and he's round, he's sideways, holds on to it.
Nick gets him. Cobb's got a brilliant launch, but Jay's going to look up the inside coming on to the Simplay straight. Well, she's had a brilliant start.
Cobb's got back in the lead of this race, Jamie, because Jay got a better start, and Cobb was behind Monkey Boy as well. Fury looking on the back of Dan, so Jay having to put the pressure on. Welshie looking under pressure in the Scottish showdown between him and Smoky Boy once again, and Dan on the back of Smoky Devil, and Welshie and Fury being pulled along with them, and Smoky Devil pulls out. Look at this gaggle of cars Gary's trying to come with. Fury will attack Dan hard here, and the leaders haven't really got away, and here comes Fury up the inside of Dan and absolutely into the back of Welshie.
Yeah, he's tapped the back of Welshie there. Welshie's lost a couple of positions. Look.
Oh, that's Dan! Dan! Oh, just narrowly avoids Mazda. I think Welshie was off as well there. Nick the Villa has come down the crane of curves.
Yeah, I wonder whether he ended up there and avoiding action, but Mazda he's going to need need a clean laundry bill inside that car, because that was scary.
That was scary, and Dan has dropped all the way down to P10 and has got work to do, but Smokey Devil on the podium. Fury absolutely sent one on Dan, Smokey and Welshie, and taps the rear of him.
Ooh. Smokey, just run it a little bit wider.
And Gary, I was going to say, Gary right on the back of Fury now, and he's going to look to have an almighty run out the Coppice, down the Simplay straight they come. As Dan, where is Dan? He's behind Mazda and attacking him hard, look. But we didn't get to, we've just come away from Gary. I don't think Gary's going to have made the move into the S's. He normally is patient and sets them up for turn one. He's got to run. That is John Boy, who's had a wiggle out the chicane. Is Gary now going to look up the inside into Redgate corner? Cobb just pulling a gap on Jay, and Gary very patient. Fury seeming to be a bit eager here and wants to get on with it.
Jay got on the grass a little bit there, so that's going to give a bit of promise to Smokey Devil, but Fury's now under attack. So still under attack from Gary. Gary's going to want to get past Fury as quickly as possible.
Through the odd hairpin they come. Fury just a little wider than Gary, and that's going to give Gary an almighty run. But look at Fury. He seems an eager beaver tonight, and he seems like he just wants to put his car everywhere on the track. Can Gary make the late move up the inside of McLean's? No, he can't. Has to really avoid the back of Fury's McGann there, and Fury trying to get past Smokey Devil as well. Into Coppice they come. There's Craigie, Dan Master, John Boy all in the background as well, having a good little scrap. And here's Gary. Is he tucking underneath? No, he's not. We wait for the cars in the background to come through. Dan looking aggressive, looks like he's side by side with Mazda. No, he's not.
Yeah, he's got John Boy all over the back, and poor Craig has got Mazda and an all stuff behind. Oh, Dan got that chicane.
Craig's got Mazda up his chuff once again, like he did have in race one. It's the same again, except this time they're not catching John Boy and Dan. They're being caught by John Boy and Dan. Mazda up the inside of Craigie. Dan tries to follow Mazda through, and 3 into 1 he's trying to make. He's trying to squeeze that door open as Craig and Mazda still side by side. Fury and Gary have got past Smokey Devil though as well, but we'll stay with this for the time being. No, we won't.
Yeah,
back to it. Here we go. Mazda past Craig then. Dan looks up the inside of Old Hairpin. Job done. Craig can't come back to him. They've all bar Mazda around wide at the Old Hairpin.
Yeah, John Boy's now going to try and get past Craig as well.
That's took Mazda 25 minutes to set Craig up and get past him.
Yeah.
Good. That talk about the long game from Mazda there. He's played the long game.
Yeah, about being patient.
Set him up a kipper. Look at Gary Fury, their lap times compared to Cobb and Jay, are really flying here and kind of using each other to come with them. Nick the Villa as well in the 109, so he's trying to catch up. Gary is wide. Smokey Devil with Nick the Villa round on the start line as he managed to get it back going. That is well held from Nick the Villa, but he got it all out of shape at the chicane. Smokey looking back up the inside of Gary, can't get that one done. Gary's just losing a bit of time to Fury here. And as we go back towards Dan and Mazda and everybody else, are they all through turn one cleanly? Yes, they are. And now Nick the Villa's being added to this battle after his spin at the chicane.
Yeah, Craig's managed to keep John Boy behind him. Dan looking all over the back of the BMW. I think he's still having a bit of lag problems. WSR, Jay and Cobb have well and truly gapped Fury. The gap's about 1.5 seconds. Is Dan going to have a look into McLean's? He's looking to the inside.
Oh, taps the rear of Mazda, and he won't want to pass Mazda there. Dan, Dan now pushing John Boy on the grass a little bit there. So what he's done there is, Dan as a driver, Jamie, he's not wanted to pass Mazda through a push to pass because he'll know that'll be looked at. But then he's got caught out by John Boy coming through. Now John Boy's got the run on Craigie. That's the job done for him. Now John Boy's going to have a look at Dan, and it is all kicking off with these four. Nick the Villa has been allowed to pull away once again, and Gary. Oh, an almighty, was that a tap from John Boy on Dan? I'm not sure, but let's just go to Gary a second. In fact, no, he's been dropped by Fury, look, a little bit. Back to John Boy, who's got past Dan and up the inside of Mazda and couldn't get it stopped. Has he? He has! And that has allowed Dan and Craigie through.
But I think Dan's got them all.
Dan has got them all. What a battle this is. Says Max Murdler in the chat. And you're right, what a battle this is indeed. John Boy up the inside of Dan. He is drifting it through the Old Hairpin. Gary's back on the rear of Fury now, I've just noticed on the timing screen. That looks like it's back down to a couple of tenths. So Gary maybe just pulling a bit of time back here. Smokey Devil as well, look. Up the inside at Coppice. Gary wide on the grass round. Can he get it going before the gaggle of cars come? Because here comes Nick the Villa, and after Nick the Villa, it's Dan, it's John Boy, it's Craig, it's Mazda. There, all four of them are. Look at them all.
Monkey Boy could, if these four keep holding each other up, Monkey Boy's not too far away either.
Jamie, once again, we sit here and speak about Gary making another mistake.
Oh, Dan got a bit on. He's really attacking that curb, and has John Boy got a bit of a run? Not really. They've all kind of had a
bit of a breather, and we go again. Let's have a reset and go again. I think they're all saying John Boy loves to get that rear end stepping out in that Mercedes-Benz. He said he just didn't have enough to get on the back of Dan race one. Has he got enough to get on the back of him here? Craigie coming at him as well. Mazda, you'd think, would be quicker than these because he's lighter on the fuel. These three boys all have 100 litres on board.
Yeah, and so the BMW is supposedly meant to be the quicker car, but the Astra, the guys in the Astra and the Mercedes are saying that here comes John Boy. Is he going to have a look? But no, Craig had a look.
Yes, John Boy has had a look. They have a rub. They have a ding dong. They have a tap. And John Boy side by side. Craigie wants to make it three wide. Mazda's got the best seats in the house. Dan yields. John Boy yields. They find each other in the middle, and Craig gets past both of them.
Yeah, but here comes John Boy.
He's out of shape. John Boy and Mazda's now coming back, Jamie. Mazda up the inside of Dan. Is he interested in making it three wide into the chicane? Dan's now got the best seats in the house. John Boy yields, Craig yields, and Mazda's passed all three of them.
And Dan got a bit caught out there, so...
What a race this is.
Yeah, Dan's ended up at the back. But then Monkey Boy is slowly edging his way onto the back of it. So this has become a five-way battle in a minute. So Mazda has now gone from the back to the front. Dan's gone from the front to the back in the space of a lap.
Cobb and John Boy just seem to be sat in the middle and can't find any ground here to get to the front or the back. But so far, what a race this is. If this doesn't want to make you that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, I don't know what will. Craig wide at the old hairpin. He taps the brakes to let Dan through. That's kind of put him off the back of this, so he's got some work to do to gain on the back of these again. And just a bit spread out. There was four, there's now three. We're slowly eliminating one a lap here. 10 minutes 44 left of this second race, round 4 this evening. And can Mazda now just start to pull away? Nick the Villa, just a bit further up the road, is being caught by Gary.
Yeah, he is. Monkey Boy is now on the back of Craig as well. Gary's trying to recover after it's been... Cobb and WSR are exchanging lap times a bit. Cobb,
look at Gary and Nick's lap time there. 110.240, 110.280. So really matching each other for pace, these two.
And then you look at the cars behind him, 10-7, 10-6, 12.
What's happened to Dan?
Yeah,
Dan's 11th. Yeah, Monkey Boy's just had a spin at turn 1, but Dan's dropped down to P11 for momentarily. He's now back up to 10th.
I wonder whether he's...
Chicane?
Yeah, chicane. The gap is 3/10 between the race leaders, but Jay is cutting the grass. Jay, you're not in an Acura. That's not your job.
Jay then 7/10 of a second now to Cobb. Fury trying to close the gap to these two, but matching their lap times isn't going to close the gap rapidly. Smokey Devil matching the pace of the leaders as well. He's not too far off the back of Fury. Gary and Nick the Villa still separated by 0.3 of a second as Jay is trying to do all he can, and this was the same at Brands Indy last week. Jay on the back of Cobb, but just couldn't get past Cobb. Here again at Donington Park, it's the same thing. Here is Gary and Nick the Villa. The gap starts to slowly come down once again between these two. And Gary here then. No, can't get it done into Redgate. Looking on the exit. Phil on the back of Monkey Boy. I think that one's a recovering Monkey Boy. Has he had another problem then? Because he's dropped well off the back of Dan now. Dan's got past Craig.
Yeah, Dan has got back past Craig, but Craig's looking back on the
John
inside.
Boy as well is side by side with Mazda coming down the crane of curves. Look, there is John Boy. Craig trying to go side by side with Dan. Mazda covers it off absolutely beautifully, using the crane of curves to his full effect, and John Boy having to tuck back in. So these four looking like they're going to resume battle once again here. Cobb has pulled a bit more time out front over Jay. Fury lost out massively to all of them last lap, and Nick the Villa and Gary still separated by a couple of tenths, but John Boy here is coming. In fact, what has happened to Fury? Because Smokey Devil's got to run, so has Fury made a mistake somewhere?
Wonder whether he's just touched the grass.
Outside of Coppice.
But Fury's now going to try and get the run out. at the chicane, doesn't quite get it, and Sneaky Devil just able to pull a bit of a gap. Nick the Villa is going to close in the back of them as well. And
Yeah, with Gary.
I think these four have resumed battle again.
They seem to have, because there's John Boy, got the run out the chicane of Mazda at the moment, and down the straight, John Boy is momentarily in the lead of Mazda, and tries to squeeze Mazda to the inside, but Mazda too wise. Dan looks up the inside, a bit of a door slam on John Boy there. Does he have the run on Mazda as well? I think he does, side by side down the crane of curves, Mazda and Dan. Dan just on the grass a little bit, has to be careful, gets off the throttle there, and Mazda once again stays hold of this 7th place this is for, and Dan has to think of a way past Mazda. He's admitted in the past, Mazda one of the toughest guys to get past in a GT3 car. This is a touring car, it's a different kettle of fish. Craig E to the outside of John Boy coming around McLean's corner, can't get the job done there. Is he going to still be side by side? He is, he's got a great run as Craig. Let's just jump on board with him. No need to, job done.
Yeah, he's done the job under the brakes, and now a bit on the back of Dan. I think is there another 4-way battle? There it is. Smoky Devil, Fury, Nick the Villa, and Gary.
So 8 cars, 2 4-way battles, anybody's game. And this one though, this one's for a podium. Fury to the inside of Smoky Devil. Can he get it stopped? He can. Doesn't tap the back of Smoky. Gary's got Nick the Villa done, so Gary's going to be on the back of these two as well, as he was earlier. Smoky and Fury, did they just touch there? Because Fury got all sideways through the craners. And John Boy's now at the back of the Dan Craig Mazda pack, and Dan's got past Mazda. So what is happening at turn 1? Mazda's off!
What's happened there then?
What has happened there?
John Boy on the back of Craig. What's happening back further up front? Smoky Devil. Oh, Fury looks up a bit.
Oh, Gary! Oh, Gary taps Smoky! And Gary receives a tap from Nick the Villa.
So yeah, Gary's bad luck continues. And Fury has now got a bit of a gap to Smoky Devil.
Yeah, a bit of a gap through Gary tapping the back of Smoky and Nick the Villa tapping the back of Gary there. And that one looked very racing incidenty, that one. It was all a concertina effect from Gary tapping the back of Smoky there. But either way, this battle resumes. And these three with 100 litres of fuel on board. Or less now because the race has continued. Down to 81 litres for Dan in his Astra. And John Boy and Craig battling harder. They're a bit closer behind Dan.
Yeah, only 8/10 off the back of Dan, but so if they keep battling, I think Mazda will soon catch up on the back. I think Smoky Devil is just within a second of Fury, so that battle might resume any second. They're heading now down to...
Oh, John Boy wide at Redgate Corner. 5 minutes 13 left remaining in this race, and what an epic battle it's been from these three with Mazda as well. And every driver on the grid tonight. Welshie currently running in last place, and Craig very wide at the exit of Old Hairpin there. And that's going to give John Boy a bit of momentum and also let Dan just creep that little further away. And with Gary having that off a moment ago, that spin round, does that invite Dan in to maybe just overtake Gary? At the moment, Dan's closest championship rival, Fury, is sitting on the podium, as is Cobb, whereas John Boy's just behind him. So Dan will probably lose the championship lead and will possibly drop to P3 in the standings at the minute today, depending on where Jay finishes in all of this, as well as Cobb is well and truly checked out up front now. That gap nearly 2 seconds from WSRCJ. Quiet race for Cobb again.
Yeah, he's had a better second race than his first one. I think did he have a poor race one?
He did have a poor race one at Brands. Ran out of fuel, if I remember rightly. So, yeah. Race one doesn't seem to be his forte at the moment.
Or Smoky just around the Old Hairpin. He's right on the back of Fury again, though, so battle resumes between the...
Fury must have made a mistake last lap, because look at... I mean, Smoky Devil has nailed his lap at 10.3, but Fury an 11 dead. This has put Smoky right back into play here with Fury. You're right, Nick the Villa must have made a mistake, as well as Gary last time around as well.
Yeah. Smoky was fastest man on track last lap. I think, again, these three...
No, John Boy! Lost it in the rear through Coppett, through McLean's. He's kept on, but he's lost a lot of time to Craig. He's lost out to Mazda. And this man currently flying at the minute on the back of Fury. Couple of tenths separate them. There's Nick the Villa in the background.
Only a few hundredths quicker that last time round, so I think he must have had a slight mistake as well, or he's just caught.
Either that or just Fury's just struggling at the minute, and that's Smoky Devil's pace because he's been behind Fury. But John Boy then drops to P10. Crazy to think that John Boy and Dan was fighting over 7th place. What's happened with Gary? Because Dan is fighting hard with Gary. Gary must have made a mistake somewhere. A 1:12.6. That would explain that Gary must have damage or something. Must have made a mistake. And Dan up the inside of the old hairpin. Gary gives him plenty of racing room. And Dan squeezes him once again to the dirt. I tell you what, Dan's got elbows out tonight.
Yeah, although I was going to say, you've got to have elbows out in the touring cars. If you don't have your elbows out, you just going to get shunted everywhere.
Gary trying to hang it around the outside of McLean's. He can't get that job done. He has got the traction out of the corner, though. He's just coming back on that Astra. And can Dan... Oh, Smokey's got past Fury, and Fury's nearly at Nick the Villa, yeah. Back to Dan and Gary. Gary trying to tuck underneath. There's a cheeky flash. Only that two of them.
Craig might get on the back of these yet.
John Boy's trying to get on the back of Gary once again. Good run out of the chicane. 2 minutes 5 left. So probably another 2-3 laps left in this one. And Gary, did he get a good run out the chicane? Oh, he did. He gets an almighty run. And is he going to pass Dan before turn 1? Yes, he is. Does Dan look to send one up the inside? No. Gary gives him the room.
But I think he went a little bit deep at gap.
He's got the run. He has now. He's got the run now that Gary's put 2 wheels on the curb. Gary's respectful and keeps him there, gives him the space. This is where Dan can make the advantage, but Gary, wise enough, using the Craner curve to full effect here and coming across. And look at Craig E coming on the back of this battle now.
Yeah, Craig being the opportunist. I think as Fury managed to get back on the back of Smoky Devil, not quite. Jump back to this battle, and Orfdub's still trying to get past Gary, but as much as
Craig's lost it on the outside curb and hard into the wall at the outside of McLean's, and that's going to give Mazda and John Boy another place there, and that could be huge damage for Craig in this race. And what a shame, because he was having such a good run. Dan has got back ahead of Gary though.
Because I think Gary might have made a mistake that time as well. Yeah, I've got to try and get back past, because this will be the last lap of the race. Fury is about 6 tenths behind Smoky Devil, so he's got to really nail this last lap.
Yeah, and this will be the last lap, because Craig won't get another chance to cross the line. Cobb won't get another chance to cross the line. Keep your eyes on Monkey Boy to Craig E, because Craig E could have some bad damage. The gap's significant enough at the moment. As Cobb comes to Coppice Corner and down to the Simplay Straight. So this should be the last lap of this race. Let's just go back to Gary a second. We'll keep our eye on the white dot coming into the chicane.
Is Gary going to send it? Not quite. He's going to look for the run.
He's going to look for Coppice, isn't he? He needs to make his move at Coppice. But for the second time this season, it's another race to win. And it's going to be this man, Cobb, who takes the victory and the spoils from pole position from Jay in the second race of the night. Smoky Devil once again on the podium in a race. So it's the same top 3 as last week. Fury comes in fact, it's the same top 4 as last week. Nick the Villa, great night for him, a race. Gary has spun at the final chicane. And is this going to give Mazda? There's Mazda, there's John Boy. Sedan's going to come home for a P6. Gary loses even more points. Mazda is going to get a 7th place. John Boy will come home for 8th. Gary only going to take P9. What could have been for that man, Craig E? He's going to come home for a P10.
DJ Phil going to come across the line. 12 comes around the final corner.
Yeah, Monkey Boy got 11th in that one as well. And Welshie will come home for P4 at 13 in that one. We didn't have Keegs or Brim. We lost N. Plava at the start of it. And we await the fastest lap. Jamie, get the top 3 in for a quick chat, as the fastest lap of this race goes the way of a 10 dead for Jay, a 109.7 for Fury. So Fury absolutely rapid. Fury takes the fastest lap of the race then. But work to do. So while Jamie just gets them top 3 in for a quick chat, let's redo the tables. And your championship standings look like this then. Cobb leads the championship by 2 points from Fury, with Dan sitting in third place, 4 points behind. WRSCJ is back in the top 4, 9 points off the back of the championship lead, which means going into next week, the top 4 of this first race will be the top 4 next week. It's the same 4 have to run the 100 litres of fuel in qualifying next week. Smoky Devil is in P5, 4 points behind Jay, with John Boy ending the night in P6. Nick the Villa up to 7th, with Gary dropping down to 8th. Craigie 9th on what could have been a better night for himself. Welshie in 10th place. Mazda up to 11th on his first night in the touring cars, coming away with some good points. DJ Phil leaves tonight joint 12th with Monkey Boy on 18 points. Bryn down to 14th. Lucas Roth down to 15th, and then Plava down at the bottom of the pack on 14 points. Who we just got in? Jay and Cobb, I do believe. So we'll start then. Smokey in as well. Smokey, then we'll start with yourself. And that was, you had some cracking pace tonight. And good fortune in that second race.
Aye, good fortune, that's what came my way. Aye, just a couple of people just going off track. So that was another position gained, you know what I mean?
Third place.
That was the best I could have hoped for, do you know what I mean? Was third place, I wasn't even expecting that. But I had a good battle with Fury as well. He just went off, and we just got up the hill and 2 laps to go, so that sort of gave me the third place, do you know what I mean? I was quite happy just sitting behind him with the 4th, and that's what happened. Made a mistake, so...
You had some good pace as well to match the leaders at times. Did you think if you'd have got ahead of Fury and managed to clear Fury, you could have took the fight to the leaders?
Aye, I was trying that, but obviously you're always thinking about the people behind, and then when you look in front, they're just that too far ahead, do you know what I mean? So it's just a matter of keeping everybody else behind me.
Well done tonight. We've got Silverstone Classic next week. What can you do around there?
Oh, it's a good track, I like that. Just made it the same. That's third place, I always seem to get third place, so...
Bringing back memories of GT3 last season.
I'll take it. Do you know what I mean? It's a top 3, so I'll take it.
Well done tonight, mates, and best luck next week. Best luck tomorrow night as well.
Nice one, cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Thursday night, yes. No, sorry, yeah, of course. Thursday night with me, yeah. Best of luck Thursday night, buddy.
Right, catches.
We've got Jay in the chat as well, and Jay, a bit similar to Brands Indy last week. You just didn't seem to have enough to get the job done on Cobb.
It was like deja vu, wasn't it? It really was. I thought I had the legs on him at the start. I managed to get by him, keep the Beamer behind me, and just a slight little mistake, and Cobb got through again then.
Good pace from yourself, though, again. Another night of good points. Talk us through race 1. 100 litres of fuel on board. How was the struggles there?
It's a nightmare. It is an absolute nightmare. The braking, the handling, everything is just totally out the window. Where you usually brake, you just can't brake. You got to turn in a lot more earlier. It's so much harder.
Yeah,
you're fighting with the car constantly.
You go into Silverstone Classic next week. 100 litres of fuel for qualifying and round 1 again. What can you do around there?
I don't know, because it's quite a quick track, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair, it's probably going to be mid-grid yet again. I would have thought there's nowhere near you're going to get at the front with a full tank of fuel. Nowhere near.
Obviously, you'll give it your best shot, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, I'll give it the best shot, but you got to you're dependent on drafts and everything around there as well.
Yeah.
So once you get out of that draft, you're stuffed.
What's the best you can achieve next week, realistically?
To be fair, I don't know, because I've never tried it with 100 litres round.
Right.
Silverstone Classic. So I'm going to hope for the best 4th max if I can. But it's going to be a hard one, I think.
Well, best luck for next meet, buddy. Well done tonight.
Cheers, mate.
And have a good one next week.
And you, cheers.
Cheers, buddy. And we've got Cobb in as well. And Cobb, that's your second race win here at Simplay Motorsport and a second win in the touring cars. And again, like I said to Jay, very similar to feel to last week.
Yeah, it was a bit like Jay said, it's a bit of deja vu. But I was just trying to be consistent more than anything. I could see behind me that he was pushing quite hard, and I saw him make a few mistakes. So once I got the little gap, I just, like I say, just kept it consistent.
You managed to have the better race 2 compared to race 1. Again, was the 100 litres of fuel just a factor for race 1?
No, it was me.
Right.
it was probably more me. Like at the start of race 1, I was sort of pushing around the outside of John Boy, and I just went a little too wide, and I caught the grass, and then obviously I was mixed up in the back of the pack, and had some good racing, but you know how it is. You just sort of close racing, you get a little bit taken out sometimes. That's just how it goes. So I just 10th was the best I could have.
You come away from here though, leading the championship, 100 litres of fuel going into Silverstone Classic next week. What's the best you can hope for around there?
Well, I mean, Silverstone is pretty flat. You've got the opposite slipstream. I don't think I'm too worried about the 100 litres. I'm not too worried. We'll just wait and see. Like I said last time.
Do you like Silverstone Classic as a track? Bit of a Thruxton layout. Is it something that you enjoy? Suits your driving style?
It's not. I wouldn't say it's one of my strongest, but we'll see. We'll see how I go.
Well, we wish you the best.
As always, mate. I'll do my best.
We'll wish you the best of luck, buddy, for next week.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.
Jamie, final words tonight. And driver of the day, of course, as well.
Driver of the day, I'd probably give it to Cobb.
Final thoughts?
Just say brilliant racing again. The second race, everyone showed each other a lot of respect. There wasn't much contact. I mean, there's always going to be contact in touring car race, and it's just what you expect. But yeah, absolutely brilliant racing. Silverstone Classic next week. Silverstone Classic is going to be who really are for qualifying. In any way, it's going to be who's your friend to give you a tow around there. The championship front runners are going to be definitely wanting a tow around there with 100 litres in. So it'll probably be a mixed up grid for race 1 next week.
Indeed it will. I'm going to give my driver of the day to Smokey Devil. I think he's had a good night. So split driver of the day for this evening. And we'll be back live tomorrow night for the GT3s round Road America in the Pro-Am. Me and Dan Davies will be bringing you that action live from 8 p.m. BST. And then join Dan and Jamie in the commentary box Thursday night for the Pro Series round Road America in the GT3s. Dan will then be live in your commentary box on Sunday night for the Formula One around the Circuit of the Americas as we stay stateside and then back onto British home soil next Tuesday night. Me and Jamie live in your commentary box from 8 p.m. BST as we head to Silverstone Classic / Thruxton kind of layout circuit, and it's going to be carnage round there. If Donington Park and Brands Indy have been anything to prove so far, it's do not put your money on any of these drivers to win the championship because it could go any way. That's all we've got time for though here at Simplay Motorsport tonight. Thanks for tuning in, thanks for liking and subscribing. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Good night.